Clippers win the opening tip as we get things started at Staples. Beverly rises for the slam.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
Easy path to the rim.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
The first one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2. LA Clippers with the basketball. George, knocks it down from 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Beverly. From long range, his first effort off the mark. Leonard. Can't connect, it's no good. To Leonard. Lets it fly from long range. Not getting the bounce. Here comes the screen. Leonard. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Oh, had him going there for a second. To George. Beverly. To Leonard. Has a chance. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. Kawhi Leonard against George. Fires the 3. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And hits the first free throw. Hits the second. One more coming. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Beverly into the front court. Down 8. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Misses the first. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Beverly throws it up. Even to Zubats. Tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Hey, look, Sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Patrick Beverley, couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. Nope, first one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Paul George to Beverley. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
It's LA Clippers ball. Beverley. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Leonard. Oh, he had him there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Someone's been working on that one for weeks behind closed doors. That's why they call it practice.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
George buries it on the catch and shoot. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy off,
throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Williams into the front court. Now down 6. And it's Harrell who comes away with the rebound. Kawhi Leonard in a matchup with Harkless. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Short jumper misses. Off the assist. The first quarter's complete. It's been all Clippers so far. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Clippers have the basketball. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Williams. Slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Leonard. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Turns and slams it.
easy to get back on defense.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Clippers have got it. Here's Leonard for two. Wide open look, won't go. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Paul George. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. George. Leonard. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Paul George, 4-2, and he buries it.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
George, able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Big finish at the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 1.
Kawhi Leonard at the line for two shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Second one's good. Splits the pair.
Stepping in for number 20.
To Leonard. Beverly to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. LA Clippers with the basketball. George. Tough matchup against George. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Beverly tosses. Crushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Oh, I had him going there for a second. It's no good. Great defense. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. To Paul George. Short jumper off the mark. Beverly into the front court. His team leads it by 10. Paul George fires. Beverly. Oh, he had him there for a second. To Beverly. Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Leonard. Nice pass to set things up. To Williams. To George. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he makes them both. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Time expires to end the first half. And a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. From the painted area, won't go down. To Paul George. LA with 4 to shoot. Paul George. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
And the basket good at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
It's George for 2. Not that time. To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
Today's league just throws that old school stuff out of the window. Why have 2s when you can shoot 3s? Even on fast breaks, guys spread out towards the three-point line instead of laying the ball easy at the rim.
Paul George trying to convert the extra try. A career 84% free throw shooter. Got it from the line. It's PG for 2. Paul George looking good. 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Even to Zubats. Sends it away. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. George. Leonard. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
George matched up with Paul George. That's no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Paul George. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To George. Paul George. He's now 5 for 6.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
George. Working the outside. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. George lets it fly. And it's Williams there to secure the rebound. Paul George to Leonard. Free throws coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Leonard. Active fans to stay with it. We'll get a jump. The official's ready. Let's see who can take the jump. Beverly. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard rejects it. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. George. Rebound taken down by Harkless. He gets it.
And I have a rule. If you're 6'9" or taller, I don't want to see you jelly it. I don't want to see any kind of weird spin or English on the ball. Just dunk it. Keep it simple, please.
Ah, the monster stuff.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
I got him. Here we go.
Harkless. Leonard. Not easy.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
George on the drive, but his shot misses. Here's a chance from long range. Paul George locked in. Hits the tough three.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Montrezl Harrell able to recover with the block. Kawhi Leonard. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better. Third quarter comes to an end. It's been... The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
4-3. Off the mark. No good.
Got ball. Got some for him.
Leonard. And knocks it down. And, Jay, the system produces once again.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. Now 4 for 9.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
I'm here. I got ball.
Leonard. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Leonard. Shot off the mark. Good defense. To Paul George. Stuffs it down with authority.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. Actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
Leonard to Beverly, trying to cash in. Beverly's shot no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Leonard can't connect.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Beverly into the front court. Down a bundle. Leonard to George. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
That's a 5-second violation. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Leonard goes to the left side. Beverly. Not that time. He misses. The follow won't go either. George off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
George. Shot won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Leonard. Got it.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George to Beverly. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
Show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
Paul George to Beverly. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket. You're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
3 seconds. Time to shuffle things up. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
He's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I will be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat five.
Beverly. George had made his first couple, but he misses there. Oh, they don't get it across in time. That's an 8-second violation. KG lets it fly. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion.